Hi, this is Lisa's Movie Reviews. The first movie I'm going to review on this channel is Quest for Fire, 1981, Quest for Fire. It was directed by Jean-Jacques Annaud, French director. He also directed The Name of the Rose and The Lover. The French name of this movie is Le Guide de Feu, and if I keep looking down, just let you know, I have my own little notes here, so I don't want to forget anything. This is the DVD cover of the movie. Now, the reason why I chose this movie to be the first to review, it is one of my most favorite movies ever. I like to go back to movies over and over and over again. I'm not physically able to go to the theater. Something I might get into later. My disease makes it very difficult for me to do so. As you can see behind me, a crap ton of movies. I have a whole bunch over here, up there, over there. Movies are my life. I love movies, so I figured maybe I should do a channel about reviewing them. Quest for Fire is, the summary for that movie is literally in the title. It's the Quest for Fire. This is set 80,000 years ago, and tribes of cavemen didn't have fire. They didn't know how to get it. I think it was, they stole it from other tribes. So this particular tribe is the main focus of the movie, called the Ulam tribe. They've always had like this little pod thing with this little flame they've coveted and kept alight, and they use that to make bigger fires and bigger fires. They're attacked by another tribe called the Wagaboos, and they have to flee because they live in this big cave, and they have to flee to these marshes where they're also being chased by wolves. And that little fire pod is accidentally extinguished. So the elder of that tribe sends 3 men to go find more fire and bring it back to us. So they have to go steal it from another tribe to bring it back to their tribe. So that's the premise of the whole movie. And those 3 men travel and travel, and they come across other tribes and come across other lands they've never seen before. And this tribe is not really too evolved. They're the typical cavemen, you know. I'm not sure the exact right wording to use for them, Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, I'm not sure. But they're the typical ones. But then they end up, towards the end of the movie, at another tribe called the Ivakas. The girl you saw on the cover, she's an Ivaka. And her tribe is much, much more evolved and advanced. They live in huts, they have better weapons, and they can make fire. And he finds out how to make fire from them, so they bring the fire back to his tribe, and the frickin' flame gets accidentally extinguished again, but then he shows them how to make it. That's how he learned it. There's 4 main actors in this movie, and you might have heard of some of them, or maybe not any of them. But the main actors, the main character's name is Naoh, and he's played by Everett McGill. He's one of my most favorite actors. He is so underrated, and it's a shame that he retired. You might know him from The People Under the Stairs, Stephen King's Silver Bullet. He was the Reverend, Twin Peaks TV as Big Ed. He was in Dune. Another character's name is Amoukar, played by Ron Perlman. I'm sure a lot of you will know who Ron Perlman is. For Beauty and the Beast TV, Sons of Anarchy TV, Hellboy, Alien Resurrections. He's been in so many films. Another actor plays the character Ga. His name is El-Kadi, and he hasn't really done anything since then. He was in Navy SEALs and I think Congo. And Ika, the girl on the cover of the DVD cover, is played by Rae Dawn Chong. She's pretty popular in the 80s and early 90s, and she was in The Color Purple, Commando, Soul Man, The Principal, and Chain Dance. As I said before, this movie is directed by Jean-Jacques Annaud. He's a French director. I don't know if I already said this. I probably already said this, but I'll say it again. But he also directed The Name of the Rose and The Lover. And the film was made in, I'm trying to remember, Canada, Scotland, and Kenya. And you can definitely tell where they're filmed. It doesn't tell you where it's filmed. Maybe at the end credits it will, but you can tell where this filmed. There's no practical effects in this movie. There's no special effects in this movie, so it is just, I think, good old-fashioned great filmmaking. The expanse of the lands that you see in the different countries that you see is what you get. They didn't have to do hardly anything. I think most of the money for the movie went towards the makeup effects and the transportation to the different countries. This movie also won the Academy Award for Best Makeup, and I totally agree. It deserved it. I think it should have won Best Picture, but I don't know if it was even nominated for Best Picture, and I'm not sure who won Best Picture Academy Award in 1981. Was it Ordinary People or something? I don't know who won that. This is, like I said, this is one of my most favorite movies. It's not like Clan of the Cave Bear where you have subtitles. There's no subtitles. Clan of the Cave Bear, they have their own sign language and their own language. There is language in this movie, but there's no subtitles for it. But the thing is, you don't really need it. It's based on their body language alone. The actors went through months of body language training to prepare for this movie, and you can see it really does pay off. I mean, the lead actors did a great job. Even the actress did a great job, and but like I said, you don't need subtitles to understand what they're saying. I think the word for fire was ultra. You hear that a lot in the film, ultra, because they're looking for fire. And what am I missing here? Well, I'll say how it's rated. It's rated R for a reason. There's violence in it. I wouldn't say over-the-top grotesquely violent. I mean, not like films you see nowadays. Mostly I'd say it's rated R for the nudity. Cavemen don't wear pants and shirts, so obviously they're nude, but there's not extreme nudity. You don't see genitalia or anything. You see a lot of naked butts. Rae Dawn Chong, the girl on the cover, her tribe don't wear any clothes, but they are painted in clay and tribal paint, as you can see on what she looks like on the cover. But the thing is, the paint is done so well, you don't really see much of anything. It's done very tastefully. So I don't think that would bother you. The sexuality in the film, it's not that graphic either. In those times it's not like nowadays, a man will just mount, and that's the word they use, mount a woman, and I guess that's just because that's what he can do and she'll allow it, but her tribe, she doesn't really like that. So there could be, you might see maybe 2 instances of rape, what we call rape. Nowadays it's not thin, but it's not graphic at all. But like I said, the rated R is most definitely just to be safe for the violence and the nudity, I think. So I don't think it's that big a deal, but still, it's rated R. You don't want anyone younger than 17 watching it. Kids are still immature today. I don't know. I'm too old to remember. I would give this movie, and let me see. Should I rank it on A+, or should I rank it on how many thumbs up, or how many stars? I don't know. I'm gonna give it an A+. I'm gonna do an A+. This has been one of my most favorite movies. I first saw this when I was probably, I want to say 14 years old on TV, and even then I was just like, well, that's interesting. That's interesting to watch, because movies now is just chock full of special effects. Not all of them, but it's chock full of special effects and FX and all that kind of stuff. This one didn't really need it. It was good old-fashioned makeup and just landscape. Beautiful, beautiful landscape. So I would recommend seeing this movie. If you have seen this movie, please leave a comment and tell me what your favorite scene in the movie is. I'd really like to know what your favorite scene in the movie is. I think my favorite scene in the movie is the first time the character Naoh watches an Ivaka tribe member make fire. The music is beautiful, his acting is beautiful, how he's just stunned. He can't believe someone could make fire, that fire can be made, because he has no idea that. You just always know that you steal it it's just there. You know, you didn't know you could make it, and it's also the way you make it, you know, with the long stick. So that was a great scene to watch. So like I said, I keep saying, I recommend this. Please check it out. Please watch it. I think it's on YouTube right now. You can watch it. Quest for Fire. It might be under the French name, Le Guerre de Feu. But just type in Quest for Fire if you're curious. If you don't really want to watch and just maybe want to hear or read most of the summary, check out Wikipedia. I don't think you'll be sorry you watched this. It's just a great film. It's a great film just to learn if you don't want to have a whole bunch of talking, you know, too much nonsense. This is just straight to the point, but there's funny points to the movie. There could be, if you consider it kind of romantic points to the movie, there is violent points to the movie, but it's done tastefully and not over the top, which I really, really liked. So check out Quest for Fire, 1981. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.